Welcome back to the channel, guys. Sorry I didn't really make a video yesterday. I spent a lot of time sleeping. I had to do some things in real life. I went treasure hunting for goodies. But anyway, I figured tonight's video I would just basically give you a glimpse of what I'm up to. This maze is coming to an end. And it's supposed to be the Blas maze next, which is a 2-day maze, so they're kind of difficult, but they're not difficult for me anymore now that I don't lose maze coins. So you can check out my video on my channel. It's like an hour long if you're not doing these 2-day mazes. The best recommendation that I can give somebody is to say, look, go watch Armor Gaming's video on how to make maze coins, especially the one during the Dreamer maze, and then go watch my hour-long video on how not to lose your maze coins. Like on a collection, like say you're not getting your 50, you're collecting your food, you're only getting 13 or something. There is a reason for that, so definitely go check that video out. So I went ahead and I blew a bunch of gems. If you guys are looking at my gems, you can tell we're like almost 450 shy of the last video. They all went on trying to breed HACKSMITH. I basically just rage bred him. It took almost 30 tries. I've missed one of my dailies, meaning I should have had 2 more HACKSMITH cells than I actually have. But look how many, I've got 35 from failing and doing dailies, and that's not even counting the, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are here in fails and the HACKSMITH on the hatchery. Uh, Breeding got me this far. This is the farthest I've ever finished in the love season, 249th position. It wasn't much gems back for all we spent, but so what? Still a good screenshot. I did breed Flameron, HACKSMITH, and with the Hobkin. So I do have everybody that I need now for the books. Except for one, I think. Like, I got all this book. I just need to request Toy Master. I need like 30 more requested, and then I have the rest of them either in cells or an egg. I just gotta go ahead and hurry up and hatch them. And then this page, I've got HACKSMITH, Chimney, Flameron, Sir Autonomous, Hobkin, and Captain Copperbeard. So I need Mephisto, and I need this Night Guy, and then I have that page as well. So I really need to get them done to help make up for all the gems that I just blew. And then we're going to have everyone on this page. So while I'm here, let's go ahead and talk about that Super Fox or Super Fox. Alright, so the Super Fox is a Pierce attacker. It does get Pierce SC at rank 3. It is also immune to Blind and Nightmares, and it's a light monster. So if I had to sum this up, it's exactly what I was talking about in my previous video where I said, you know, they'll probably print something to combo, or to deal with the Steam combo. Well, this is a monster I believe is printed to deal with Vampira. It's basically like Vampira's Kryptonite. There's nothing really more to this monster I could say to make it better against, you know, Vampira. I mean, maybe you could make it have immune to bleed as well. But I think the reason why it has the Pierce adding and Pierce removing skills, even though it has SC Pierce, is I think they're keeping in mind something like the Era Duels. You're not going to have your SC Pierce in the Era Duels, but you're still going to be a Pierce monster because you have these skills that add Pierce and take it away. Anyway, let's give it a real quick look over because I don't want to miss my maze. Be Kind deals moderate light damage to one enemy, and then K Food Lover deals low light damage to all enemies. I guess those are okay if you have Pierce, but they're not really much to them. Applies Pierce to itself, applies damage boost to itself. That'll be good if you run out of Pierce, but still I don't know if you're going to have the room for it. Applies Pierce to itself, deals moderate light damage to one enemy, applies Sunburn to one enemy, removes Pierce from itself. That pretty much will KO a Vampira. Sunburn does double damage to a Vampira. But it does remove your Pierce. Applies triple damage to itself during one turn, applies vulnerable to itself. I don't think that's going to be that good, but there's a lot of people who use Zorky teams already, so maybe that makes you not need a Zorky combo. Deals moderate light damage to all enemies, applies daze to all enemies. That's amazing. Being able to hit through everybody and daze them with Pierce, that's a good move. Applies Pierce to itself, deals very heavy light damage to one enemy, removes Pierce from itself. Light them up, deals moderate light damage to all enemies, applies Sunburn to all enemies, requires cooldown. Another move that move is great. Sunburn does reduce accuracy. It's also going to really mess up a Vampira. So yeah, you're gonna reduce everybody's accuracy, mess up a Vampira, pierce through and do it, still keep your pierce. The special, I'm not really worried about the special, but it does have deny, and then the relics are nothing fancy either. But those of you who know from my last video, I told you guys I was thinking about ranking up Roscula. This definitely puts a hiccup in my plans because now I have to decide whether we're going to rank this or we're going to rank Roscula. So far I'm leaning towards ranking this to 3 and finishing out my Roscula, and my reasoning behind that is Roscula has purr, and I think that purr is going to be a little bit more important in the future of the game than sunburn, or a large light damage, meaning like sure this counters Vampira, but won't it still counter Vampira if it's rank 3? That's what I'm wondering, but we'll see. The stats, I'm not sure on the strength if it's higher than Vanos and Roscula, but I know the speed is not, and then the HP is pretty low. But that's where I'm at with that monster. If you don't own a Pierce monster, this is a phenomenal monster. Make sure you get it. If you do own a Pierce monster like Vanos or Roscula, I can't really say this is better than either of them, but I can say that this monster is definitely better than all of them versus Vampire. Alright, so with my 6 minutes left, I will continue to show you guys what I'm up to. It's come to my attention that this Christmas challenge, you can get to round 2, but you have to get everything, which I think is horrible. Really makes me hate Social Point. I don't want a Diamond Relic, especially after you just gave me all those Diamond Relics in Monster Woods. But I do now have a rank 2 Santa from completing this, and I have 1 egg chilling, which means if I can get 55 more Santa cells, I can get another rank 1 Santa. With my next rank 1 Santa, I only want to level it up to level 4 for being able to do some sneaky, tricky stuff, whether it be in war or in a friendly battle or whatever. Just having a level 4 Mega Taunt trait is pretty dope to me. I would like to have a rank 5 Santa as well, meaning technically my Santa list, I would like to have 3 Santas. I'd like to have a rank 5 one, a rank 2 one, and a rank 1 one level 4. I don't see me accomplishing that probably in all my time playing just because of how many cells it would require, but you never know. Maybe we end up with like a rank 3 or 4 and then a rank 1 and then a rank 2. But the reason for keeping it rank 2 is I want to be able to give it shields, give it buffs, give it evades, what have you. When you revive it, give it evades, stuff like that. I think that's more important in the future of high-powered cosmics than having artifact is. But I also think that having more HP and artifact and damage reduction is a huge thing for some strats. So while we're here, we're going to go ahead and get some of these. I wish I could do it faster than how they make me click, but if you're wondering where I got all of these coins, I got most of them from frat guys. They had a frat during a race, at the beginning of race, but I have been watching my video ads. I haven't watched the ones since I logged in for this video because I didn't want to make you guys have to watch it, even though I could edit it out. I just figure we got mazes coming, so I want to hurry and get as much stuff as I can, and as soon as this video is over, I will watch another ad for 2. Another thing to note is that you can get 10 I don't know why I call them candy. You can get 10 Christmas tokens from the Christmas chests. You can buy the Christmas chest for gems, and you can also get the Christmas chest for completing your book. So I will be aiming to just try and complete the book and get 25, which is an extra 250, which I'm hoping that with me watching all the movie ads and with the help of my team, I can hopefully get my last 55 cells to Santa. I think this is going to give me enough to rank 2 Thundeer. I already have a rank 1 Thundeer. So after this event, we'll have rank 2. I really think you need to rank Thundeer up as much as possible for it to be good, but I do argue that Thundeer is probably the best legendary in the game, being that it has, area dodge, increased HP trait, it gets mega controls, it has per extra turns, trait disables, it can wear 2 Cane of Atlantis so it never runs out of stamina. There's not much, I can't really say anything's wrong with Thundeer. It's just one of those, like, who really has ranked up Thundeers? People who paid $200 for them once upon a time? And most of those players don't play anymore that I know of. Which I can't blame them if you're spending $200 on monsters and then next week they're junk. It's like they were running some sort of test on you. But we're still gonna get these cells because we have to. And then I will show you guys the beginning of the maze, how I start out on the maze. Whereas hopefully we can get to 375 maze coins at the start, because if so, then that keeps me on a real easy 4-hour clock to being able to finish out my maze. Currently we have a war with, now here's the thing, will it let me go to the next round without actually flipping all the cards? I wonder if I just find the reward. Let's check. Because I really don't need Thundir. Like, I need, Santa more than anything. So what if I find the relic early? Does it let me just go to round 2? That would be so sweet if it did. I have no idea though, guys. So this one is way more expensive than the cells, and it's like the one I don't even want. That's what's crazy to me. And then they got the monsters I don't even need on here. So I mean, I guess some of them I was trying to get cells for. So I guess maybe if we get them from these cards, we don't really need to get the cells or craft the cells for them. Let's see, just maybe we can get lucky though. I gotta go check back and make sure we got the Robo Elf from the last. No, we didn't get the Robo Elf, so we have to make the decision on if we want to leave 5 Robo Elves behind. Alright, well I got the Toy Masters, so I don't even need to request them anymore. Oh my goodness. I should have looked at this card and seen that it had all those monsters. So basically, guys, if you complete this card, you can complete the book page, and you can get you 25 chests just from completing this card. So maybe you might want to look into that if you weren't thinking about completing this card, because you can then use the 25 chests to give you 250 to try and complete you one of the monsters. Well, I'm gonna be broke before we finish finding this reward, I think. We got all the monsters now. Nope, just one left. Let's see, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't even think we got enough tokens to get through this one. My maze is gonna start, and I'm gonna be busy trying to. Also, they may tell you that you can watch these cards and pick, but unless they've changed it, guys, I once used slow motion and slowed this thing down like 50 times slow to where you could see where every single card went, and they never were where I thought they would be, meaning if it showed me like, oh yeah, this is where the diamond went, I just seen it in slow-mo, and then you click it and the diamond wasn't there. So we get to flip one more card before I'm broke. So maybe not. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll have to come back. We're like 126 shy of finishing that. And then we are 100 from there. So I'm like 300 shy of finishing round 1 and being able to work towards a round 2. Alright, so the maze is over. I'm going to log out and back in just to see if the next one starts. Alright, so it doesn't look like the maze is starting right away. I exited all the way out of my game, and I'm guessing there's going to be an hour grace period. I do have a 10 flipping, but I was late to get it flipping for this event. But as I told you guys, I'm going to go ahead and do what I said, which is, well, I was going to buy the 10 from the shop, but I don't think we're going to have time because race is going to be going on for as long as this Rune Lords is going to be going on. So it's next Rune Lords, I think, that we get to buy the 10 from the shop. But I do have a 10 in my storage from PvP, I believe is where it's from. And then I made a huge misplay and forgot to take the 10s off of my Platypus. Since the last video where I told you guys that's what I was going to do. Big no-no, so they're just going to have to sit there for a little while longer, but I will find a way to try and use Pull Out of Puss, I guess, as a bait in the Gauntlet since he has 3 10s on, meaning I can put some 10 life on him and then put a mask and then put a Uriel essence, and then he should be able to drain like maybe both monsters on one of those like 30k speed monsters where they have like two monsters that all have 30k speed, something like that. We might find some use for him. I completed the Gauntlet off of camera yesterday, and I went ahead and tried to do it fast, believe it or not. And yeah, it's not that hard to do the Gauntlet fast. It took me about 16 minutes to beat the whole Gauntlet fast. But I left it on high speed even for when I would bait, and then I just turned the speed down as I entered to just do the bait, which I can't stand doing, but I went ahead and did it anyway. And the reason why I can't stand doing it is just because it makes me have to pay attention when I log in. And then I turned the speed back up as soon as the match started. And I followed that process and I baited the last like 6 nodes, so I still spent like more gold than I usually spend, but that's just because I was trying to beat it fast. So I was basically like, instead of moving around relics and stuff, I was just straight up like, this monster can bait, this monster can bait, and just moved, or instead of moving runes and stuff, I just was like, this monster can bait, this monster can bait. And then I used throwaways on like one of the later nodes. But where I'm at with the rest of what's going on is I am going to have to spend gems to clear this hatchery. One way or the other, I gotta spend gems. The difference is, do we want to hatch a cosmic for 41 or do I want to hatch 2 rares for 17? I don't have any monsters for this dungeon here, so I don't really think we're gonna get it done. Like, I've got the PvP monster and I've got Chimney. Chimney is in my vault, and then the PvP monster is he's finished crafting, so I need to hatch him, and he's gonna take 2 days to hatch. So there's just not enough time to get a team ready to even go in that dungeon and try. Same with my hacksmith. My hacksmith will be ready in almost 2 days. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to clear all of these out. But I'm just going to clear them out as soon as May starts. So we're going to go ahead and put him in there. That way maybe on the last like hour of that dungeon, we can spend like 5 gems hatching him and 5 gems hatching or yeah, just 5 gems hatching him and try him in that dungeon. That's and then tonight after this video, when I do get online, I plan to stream this. We are very far behind with 2 days left, so I want to split it into 2 days worth of PvP, and I want to get to the 1300 and grab that gold egg. Next week, I think we're going to top 50 because I want to get the avatar. I don't like leaving free stuff behind. So, look forward to next week. We will be grinding PvP more than this week. It's also the end of season next week, so I feel like it will be better to grind then than now. We'll get a better idea of what's going on in PvP. But as is, I still haven't been doing anything in PvP. My defense has been horrible because I keep moving the skills around and stuff because of War and Gauntlet, and then my offense has been just me revenging people who don't have hardies for fun, basically. So the losses came from before I was doing that, from just messing around in PvP. So yeah, that's where I'm at on the channel, guys. I know I kind of lingered and I talked for a while, but I think now you guys are caught up with everything that I'm doing, and now that you know I have Hacksmith, and you know I'll be working towards the book rewards, and yes, I spent 600 gems, which means I can bring you to my last thing. The last thing that I'm up to is I have been doing this slot task. I am on day 4. I have 21 days to get to 150. I'm not sure if that's hard or easy, but I've made it to 58 so far. I have found that there is a level in here that you can auto spin pretty much indefinitely. It's this money zone. Basically, like, there are no pop-ups that stop you. It's just, you know, it slows down to do some 3-card thing. But anyway, you can complete these like buildings or whatever behind, and the more of them you complete, you earn an income, which your income is free money that you get every 2 hours to spin. So, and then they've got tasks that you do these tasks. And you earn these bucks, and then you spend the bucks doing these quests. And then the quests help you complete the things in the background that help you make more income. So I'm really hoping to just invest a lot of playtime into completing the task, completing the quest, completing the background things, getting the bonuses, trying to make sure I log in every 2 hours for the bonuses. And I'm thinking that as long as I'm active, we should be able to complete this task. So yeah, that's what I'm up to on my channel, guys. This task is for 5,500 gems, so it's extremely important to me that I get this task done. It'll put me back at 10k gems and ready for next race. And that's really what my goal is. If I fail this task, I'm gonna be super, super, super sad. So anyway, guys, thanks to everyone who's been watching my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later.